Welcome to eSeniors Season 12, Paul Ricard GT3 Sprint. And you see the schedule there, Paul Ricard, Circuit of the Americas, Watkins Glen, Calami, Valencia. I got excited when I was riding Monza there. I need to correct that. Red Bull Ring, Oulton Park, Donington, Misano. So basically the races that we haven't done much. We did Red Bull Ring, obviously, last year, or last season. But we have that in this year because it's a new track. I don't know yet what we're going to do with the track that launched today to great excitement, Nürburgring. I'm sure we find a format for that. So, yeah, new season, new drivers. Let's go over to the track immediately. We are powered by SIMGRID. That is making dashboards, everything you need for a sim rig, basically. Power supply brackets, button boxes, immersion kits, all that stuff. Syndeo is a technology broker specialized in voice, contact center, and cybersecurity solutions for business. And they have advices that we help you select the best technology solution for your business. And then we have Castle & Cauldron, a home-based crafting business specializing in handmade Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts collectibles, fairies, magic wands and potions, mini dioramas, wall decor, costumer, and much more. So, Castle & Cauldron, that's where crafting meets the magical. So thanks to our sponsors that help us keep the lights on, so to speak. Let's go on to the stream. Welcome everyone that's on the YouTube and Twitch, where we also stream. So I see Terry and Peter David, Steve Howells. Welcome guys. 23 cars on track. Good number for that's actually more than what signed up. We might have had someone sign up now. So as you notice, I also have actually I need to remove up with the corner there. You see that I'm speaking, which is a little bit irritating. Need to remove that. So I'm using ACC's leaderboard here because then I can see if someone gets a penalty, because track limits is a factor here. So I'm going to keep it like that. And then the other assets comes from ACC TV that I'm using to navigate around to the different cars and such. Let's see, what should we talk about? We have a couple of new drivers. Let's highlight those drivers. Robert Homer, 999. He is from the UK. So he's a new driver for this season. We have Laurent Rouillet. I don't know how you say that. Rouillet, maybe. So that's another new guy. Otherwise, we have the regular suspects. Kenny Flenstedt. Mirsch Ponov, of course. And Derek Bird. As you notice, we have a lot of Porsches. That's a little bit more Porsche than we normally see. Our new driver, Mr. Homer there. Okay, Rouillet, is that how I say it? Okay, thank you for that. Rouillet, I will try and use that. Laurent, that's actually a cool name, so I don't mind using that too. Savage, we have him there as usual. McClellan, fast driver, but Derek is in the lead right now. 1:55.4 is his fastest lap. He is the master of this Porsche, and it looks like he's not actually gonna deviate from that this season. Still driving the trusty Porsche. Terry Trowbridge, though, has switched from his Bentley to a McLaren. Let's go down the line here. Brian Banks, I think he's in his original car. And Kenny Flenstedt sets the fastest lap here. So qualifying is 15 minutes. We have, I don't know if you see this too, but because the cars are kind of jerks a little bit. I'm looking here, I don't have any dropped frames, so maybe you see it better than I do. It's on my end here. So yeah, Kenny Flenstedt, 154.8. So Roman Mark now sits almost 4 tenths behind, as we're with Mr. Benchaya. Actually, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave the commentary channel, so I don't really need to sit in the commentary channel, and if someone needs to get a hold of me, just chat, send me a message. So now we don't have to see that thing coming up there in the corner. It's kind of handy when you're in a team race or something like that, or in a race in general. I can see who's saying something. Okay. Yeah, 23 drivers on track. I think that's a pretty good number of people. I think that's kind of equivalent what we had last season. Hopefully everyone would stay with this, and so we get as many races as possible for every race. That would be awesome. Less than 9 minutes of the qualifying. So the format here is qualifying 15 minutes. Then we have a race of 30 minutes, no pit stops. And I really like this track. I have packed up my SIMGRID, which is also good because I have been today treatment of my second injury for sim racing, and now it's my left thumb, and it's a tendon there that gets stressed when you grip your wheel. And I have one of those Formula 1 style wheels, which is not very thick, which means that you grip it and you sit there and you put tension on your inner tendon on the thumb. It's also called blueberry thumb, or blackberry thumb, when people have blackberries and they were sitting and typing with their thumbs. So anyway, so it's just good that I have packed up my stuff for the soon to happen move to Sweden. We have the house on the market, so I had it for a week. We don't have any bids yet. We have a lot of people looking, and people need to decide. That's the hard part. Okay, let's see what has happened now. Chris Bourne, 154.4. Well, now he's put it up to 153.8. So he is in his trusty McLaren. We'll see if today's track is a McLaren track or not. As we see people queuing up there to get on the lap. Joe Bekavak, it's a good-looking color scheme there. That blue is very attractive. Nice. Let's look at where Laurent is. Laurent has not set the time yet. I think he is from France as well. Let me see if I can see that. Yeah, Laurent is from France. I see that now. So one of these gentlemen have not signed up. I don't know who it is, but we'll get that sorted. So Laurent in the BMW. Get back to the other newer driver, Robert Homer from the UK. Brian Murray now sets the fastest lap, 153.7. And he is in the Ferrari. Nicely done by him as we get into the cockpit of Brian. This first sector here, I love this one. You can lose and gain so much on this very first sector. Hello, welcome to the stream. And as usual, we also have the pit wall running for anyone who wants to see it that way. And for information about eSeniors, I'm posting the link to eSeniors. If someone is new to this event, we're a group of sim racers on the PC platform, Assetto Corsa Competizione. And you have to be 50 years and older to race. You can contact us, find us on Facebook, eSeniors GT3 Championship. So you can get age verified and then you can race with us. You don't have to race the championships. We have open races between Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday it's open race day where we don't have championship. Otherwise we have a GT3 championship on Mondays, which is what you are looking at right now. And then we have the GT2 championship on Friday and the big one, the GT3 3-class race on Saturday. All of these races are at 1 p.m. US Central, which would be 2 p.m. East Coast time of the US. So just convert to whatever time zone you are in. And very handily, SIMGRID will convert the time to your time zone when you look at it there. But you have to be age verified to sign up through SIMGRID, and then you get the private link to use. You can't sign up directly in SIMGRID. So Brian Murray improved his time, 1:53.6. Chris Bourne is now 2/10 behind him. And quite a distance then to Kenny Flenstedt, who is, his best time is it's not a big difference, 1:54.0, so that's 2/10. And then 100s, Laurent did a really nice lap here. It's 1:54.0 for him. And the other new driver sitting just behind him, about 2/10 behind, we have Robert Homer in his Porsche. So it's will be interesting to see what happens. And if you're on the stream, please press the like button. It's appreciated. As we have 2.5 minutes left of qualifying. 23 cars on track. Kevin Torrance, I haven't seen him around much. A couple of guys in the pits. Thomas Rainier in the pit. A little bit surprised. McClellan far back too. Now, we haven't raced this track that much, so that's the challenge here now. We're putting in some fresh tracks people might not be so used to, so that will be kind of an equalizer, if you will. Daniel Britos from Argentina sits in P12, 2.1 seconds behind the leader. Want to see who another Mirshponov, 0.3. He has improved time of 0.3, so that could possibly push him up, push down Derek as he finishes up his lap. Oh, that's my autopilot that's decided to look at someone else, so I'm going to turn that off. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so Ponov now at P7. Good job there. Let's follow him as we drive through here. You have to really be very precise on the apexes on those first two turns. That can make or break you on this first sector. There, he missed the apex there. Then you got in awkward and slow there. So you can immediately see how this affects you. And here you have to be really patient as you come around. Get on the throttle, open up for this turn. You can clip that one pretty good. as Murray improved his time further. He's now 3/10 ahead of Chris Bourne. And here's this long straight, Mistral straight. And Mirsch is about even with his best time. As the clock runs out, opens up there. Here you want to hit the apex, get on the throttle. Can go wider, but not too wide. And here's another one, get on the apex there and try to turn around. There you got on the apex. And now he's up 2/10. And this is a really difficult portion. I always had trouble with this one, how to take this, but he's going really tight. Mark Stevens is up 0.6. In the meantime, this will not make a difference. But Mark Stevens, good job by Mark. Just was able to get into P5. So, yeah, really well done there. So there we have it, Mr. Murray and new driver, Laurent Rouillet. Laurent Rouillet, that's a tricky name. So Brian and Laurent is on the first row, Chris Bourne, Kenny Flenstedt, second row, Stevens, Homer on the third row, Amirsh and Roman and Derek and Terry, and I'll go through the rest of the drivers as we do the traditional pit walk. So yeah, I don't have the track walk up. Maybe I should do that. That's not the right animation, so I'm gonna change that and get Paul Ricard up there. There's Paul Ricard, really nice track, named after the alcohol baron, Paul Ricard. And it's reason it's built like this is because it's been a test track, so you have these big runoffs. So you come to the hotel, this section here, the first section, marked in red, is really fun. And then you come into this long Mistral straight where we followed Mirsch. You're going to see a lot of passing there. This fast right-hander. You're going to get people in trouble with the track limits. Posset and coming through Bendor. And then we come into this hairpin there, Virage du Pont. And that's a full Paul Ricard lap. I'll go to the pause screen while we are waiting for the session to start. I'm going to set that up. And there we are. So let's see if I can get up the grid walk. And we have, as you know, we have a full lap of, I'm just focusing on something at the starting grid coming up there. Yeah, so we have full formation lap. That's what I was getting at, as usual. Which we probably won't have on on Nürburgring. So Brian Murray, P1, Laurent Rouillet, P2. I have to practice that name. So really good effort by him coming in as a new driver. Chris Bourne, P3, Kenny Flenstedt, Sweden, P4. Mark Stevens, P5. Robert Homer, he's from the UK, newer driver, 6. P6. P7, Mirsch Pornov from Macedonia. Roman Mark, Slovenia. P9, Derek Bird. P10 Terry Trowbridge, Philippe Savage from France, Michel Benchaya from Canada, and Daniel Britos, Argentina, Randy Zimmer from the US. I think he's the only American driver today. And then we have the Canadians here, P15, Jeremy Robas, Brian Banks, P16, P17, Mike Maleski, Joe Bekavak, P18, Mike McClellan, American driver 2, P19, Dimitri Statis, P20, Thomas Reynier, P21, Eric Langlois from France, and Kevin Torrance all the way from New Zealand. Early morning for him there, so he needs a lot of coffee to stay away. Or stay awake, rather. Maybe stay away too. Okay. There we have it. It's a pretty cool livery there on Brian's car. As we are working ourselves through this formation lap. Like I said, I think we're probably going to see track limits. That's a big challenge on this track, actually. Here and there, you can come into the kind of the twisty bits in the beginning there. You can get the track penalty there, and then as you come through the Mistral Straight, as we're coming through here, that long right-hander, you can get a little wide there, and you can get a warning. And if you're unlucky, you accumulate the penalty there. Eric, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. As we are starting the first race of this new season, season 12 with eSeniors. Running through a number of tracks that we haven't raced in quite a while. So next race is going to be interesting, that we're starting next week, and that's Circuit of the Americas. My home track. Let's see what people can do with that. Very challenging track. A lot of people say that they hate it, but because they haven't practiced enough. So that's the reason. Practice makes perfect. So Brian Murray and Mr. Laurent Rouillet on the first row. And then, of course, Chris Bourne, don't count him out, lurking there on the second. Paolo Nova, welcome. How's Portugal today? There we go. Get on the helicam. Let's see how we're gonna be able to get through the first couple of turns. It's wide, and there's a green. It's a wide track, so hopefully we're gonna be able to be nice to each other. We see a challenge there on the back there, behind Flenstedt. But here comes Chris Bourne, very spicy there, coming up next to Laurent. Laurent is holding his line, opening it up a little bit now. Let's see if he's free and clear. Brian Murray runs away. I'm gonna go back a little bit to see what's going on in the back. Doesn't look too bad. Accident. We have car 817, an accident. Oh, something happened there in the back. Number 4, car number 4 was involved. That's Benchaya. And now we're in full race mode here on the first lap. People are going wide. Philippe Sauvage all the way in the back now. Let's see, I'm gonna go back and see if I can capture this replay. Oh, there's a very late braking there, and someone comes in on track on the side. Oh, that's a touch there. I don't know exactly who that was. And another accident. Oh. Yeah, quite a few accidents here. Unfortunate. But in the front, we still have Murray. Laurent has been passed by Chris Bourne. Then we have Mark Stevens is back here, pushing up on Flientstedt. Behind there, we have a cluster of cars there. Roman Mark, Robert Homer, Derek Bird. Homer, our new driver, have lost 2 positions. Roman Mark is up 1 position. Go a little bit further back, McClellan. And Mike Maleski there in the 7-up Ferrari. Oh, that's a touch. That was very unnecessary. So he's waiting. Okay, interesting. It looks like he was see-through there. Look at the graphic there. See. Very interesting as people go. So that was some disaster. It's a lot of contacts here, unfortunately. And we adjudicate all the contacts on the first lap. So the stewards will look at that. But now we're on our second lap, so hopefully it's going to thin out a little bit. So Statis here is the only one that drives the Mercedes. See if he can pass Mr. Robas. Yeah, I'm driving looking at your comments there. Here's Thomas Rainier is getting interested in Dimitri Statis. See if he can push. Dimitri Statis is still working on Jeremy Robas. Up in the front here, Laurent is not giving up on Mr. Bourne. And Brian Murray have the fastest lap. We see him in front of Bourne there. Bourne goes really wide there, takes a couple of cones with him. But Laurent is really persistent. Let's look at it from his cockpit for a little bit. And then I'm gonna go down the tree here a little bit. Yeah, Laurent is on the run here. See if he can get a good run out of this corner here to challenge Bourne with his BMW. We have 22 drivers, so someone have dropped out. Not sure who that is. Is he going to slipstream himself into position here? No, probably not yet. Oh, goes wide, both of them. But they come in there before those markers. But that looked like they were really, really wide, actually. So that's an interesting battle. Another battle here is Robert Homer, down 2 positions from his starting point. Now chasing Roman Mark. Looks a little bit on the inside on Roman Mark. Stephen Buckley, welcome. So Brian Murray now sees 2.4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2.3 behind Bourne. So Murray is really running away on this. Rouillet sets the fastest lap. Great stuff there by Laurent on his first race with these seniors. Give him some screen time. We can compare his lap here with Chris Bourne. A little bit slower last lap, but he had the faster first sector. Let's look at Derek Bird for a moment. A couple of cars in front of him. Kind of the top 9 are have a couple of battles in them here as we see as they come up on the straight. Get the helicam of this. Derek started P9, so he's still in P9. Quite the battle here in front here. Stevens and Roman Mark. Roman Mark all over Stevens. And behind there we have Robert Homer. This is quite a battle. Roman Mark up one. Number 4 is involved in an accident again. Should we with number 11, I think. Let's go on that one. I wonder if we caught that. No, I didn't think we get that. It's very close there, this mid-pack, if you will. Looking down a little bit here. Here we have Daniel Britos chasing Benchaya. So there is no pit stop. There's it's 30 minutes sprint race. So if anyone got any damage, that's Kevin Torrance is actually in the pits right now. Speaking of pit stops, I don't know if he just kind of gave up or what happened. Let's go back in the front again. Robert Homer. See if he can slipstream himself ahead of that Roman Mark McLaren. Didn't manage that way around. So you see, there's a lot of Porsches now. There's 5 Porsches right now competing. I really like the Porsche. I started to drive it last season. But like I mentioned, I have packed down my SIMGRID. Hope to send it over to Sweden soon as we sell the house. And then I'll be on European time zone racing. But it's going to take a while for that thing to come over there. Yeah, pretty even there between Derek and Mr. Homer. Chris Bourne have the fastest lap right now, but he's almost 2.5 seconds behind Murray. Murray is really running away with this. Should probably see he run into traffic soon. Let's look at this from the cockpit. It's Porsche against Porsche. So going to get the better run out of there than Homer. It's close enough to benefit from slipstream. And here he comes. Let's see if he can make that stick. Homer goes on the inside. Looks like he was actually getting him to pass. No, he was coming through there, Derek, like a rocket, but he managed to keep it together. Takes a tight line here to try to reach Mark in front of him, half sec, a little bit less. Still having Homer in his rear view mirror. Oh, here comes Simmer and Brian Banks. Ooh, that was very close there. But Simmer took the position from Brian. Brian's currently up 4 positions, so he had gained quite a bit here in this race so far. So Laurent goes into the pits. That's very surprising. No idea why he does that. There is no penalty on him. That's surprising. Don't know why I tried to pronounce his name, but Laurent, why he went into pits, that is unknown at this point in time. No penalty on him. Here comes Mish Ponov from Flenstedt on the inside. Will that stick? We'll see a late break here by Ponov. Looks like the BMW still is powering ahead. Is he going to be able to sneak ahead of Ponov? Oh, here comes Ponov on the inside. Oh, that's the way. Oh, that's a very opportunistic move there by Stevens. Yeah, that was very opportunistic. But Flenstedt stayed on track. And Homer in the back there tries to see if he could harvest the position. Otherwise, the track is pretty spread out. This is the fight right now. It's pretty much spread out. So, and guys, I see 11 guys on the stream. So if you don't mind, press the like button. That would be awesome. And if you subscribe and click the notification bell, you will get notified when we go live. So convenient. So here's a battle between Flenstedt and Derek Bird, and Homer is behind there, looking for the scraps. As we're coming down to 15 minutes, about halfway to the race. Murray commanding lead, 2.4. Otherwise, we do not have much. Laurent is out driving again. Interesting. Not sure what happened there. Maybe he didn't set his fuel, or I mean, he was doing pretty good. Let's get in the cockpit of Homer as he tries to reach Derek Bird. Derek Bird is fighting with Flenstedt, and that's something that Homer is really benefiting from. So Derek has to keep the eyes front and back now. Got a good exit there. We saw Derek a little bit on those yellow bump things. So he lost a little from that. Great showing here by Homer in his first race with eSeniors, number 999. Let's jump back to Brian Banks here. Has come Starting to approach around the Simmer. It's 2 Ferraris. Simmer goes inside line there to make sure he doesn't... Mr. Banks is not trying something. Cockpit of Banks. Banks was losing time there in that sector. Lost contact a bit with Simmer. So really spread out. Mirshponov in P3, he sits actually 10 seconds behind Chris Bourne, who is in P2. And Chris sits with the fastest lap. Thomas Reinier up on Jubi Kavak. Is he going to be able to make a move? Porsche on Porsche here. Kind of looks on the inside. Not quite there yet. Great battle between these two. Looks a little bit banged up in the back there, Bikavak. Oh, Bikavak lost it a little bit. Is that opportunity for Thomas? He went really, really wide there. So he couldn't capitalize. Thomas up 7 positions. He surprisingly started very far back. Maybe he's not really used to this track. As I mentioned in the opening, this season we're racing the tracks that are not really featured in eSeniors for a while, or at least last season. Next race for next week is going to be Circuit of the Americas. But before that, we're going to have the GT2 race here at Paul Ricard on Friday. Broadcast starts 2 p.m. Eastern Time, US Eastern Time, and then we have the big race. We have 53 people sign up for eSeniors GT3. That's going to be on Saturday. That's going to be a fun race. 3 classes, each being its own championship. Also, we have 1 dropped race, so your worst performance is automatically being removed from the results. And you also get an extra point for fastest lap. That's the same setting for all the championships. Yeah, so yeah, pretty quiet here on this front, in the top. Now Derek is reaching Kenny. If you can do something about that. See what Derek did this time. 154.9, 154.6 for Kenny. Thomas getting closer here. Getting a good slipstream. Slingshots on the inside. Thinking twice about that. Another race here. As Banks comes on the inside with Simmer. Nicely done. That's a good place to make a move. See if that's going to stick through this section here. It's twisty bits. As we're coming out to turn 7 and pushing out on the Mistral straight. I'm going to put out the link again here on if someone wants to watch our pit wall timing service. Can look a little bit more detail on what the guys are doing. Let's see, Laurent driving up the field, making a move here on Daniel Britos. No problems there. So yeah, someone mentioned Britos have a new livery there. So maybe after the race we'll hear the backstory here why Laurent went into to pit. Let's see, Robert Homer. So Laurent is a new driver and so is Robert Homer. Want to give them a little extra screen time here as we don't really see any very close battles here. Okay, so we get the report here. Daniel have damage. Let's see if we can... yeah, it looks like he's a little bit banged up in the front. It's never a good thing. You need your downforce on this track. At least in the first twisty bits there. So that's the little challenge with this track, I think, because you need you don't need that much downforce as you go through the Mistral Straight, but to get there, like we're going through this sector here, you need to be able to control your car here. Field pretty much spread out. Let's see how Jeremy is doing. Gonna sit here by 0.8 behind Zimmer. Coming down to 7 minutes left. So Murray is really comfortable there ahead of Chris Bourne. See, Benchaya getting closer now to Statis Mercedes, which looks really cool. Let's get in his cockpit because we have another guy behind there. We have Laurent behind Benchaya. Yeah, they're slipping and sliding, it looks like. And there comes Laurent. Looked like the Mercedes, his back end was not really gripping. So we're coming into the last 6 minutes where tire wear certainly could make a difference here. Let's follow Benchaya for a moment. And there he comes. Here comes Ruyo. I can't get his name. Oh, he went really wide there. Laurent. I haven't seen any penalties yet for track cuts. Maybe that's now the commentator's curse. Maybe that's going to happen now. If you haven't watched the latest driver interview, we have Mish Pornoff. He is the latest victim in the interview series that Mike Mileski is doing. Have a watch. We have several of those on our channel where you can learn more about our drivers. Oh, they cast very nice move there by Laurent, passing Dimitri Statis. So he's on the roll now, Laurent, but he's still down 13 positions. But he's providing some entertainment as he's coming through. So it's these two guys here. Here comes Benchaya. Getting very close to that Mercedes in front. Now with less than 5 minutes. We're actually 4 minutes left. The tires are bound to be a little bit worn at this point. Yeah, Benshaya just moved past the Statis. And I saw something else somewhere. I don't see that anymore. Kenneth Lenstedt pushing along. Roman Mark ahead of him. Let's go back to Laurent here. He's providing a lot of entertainment here. Moved past Jubekavak. I'm not sure if you go out with all the tires there, if that's actually an out, or is it only if you kind of hit those markers there. I'm not sure. So he's working himself up. He has a good looking livery too, worth to take a look at that. Rove. Okay, Kenneth Flenstedt. Roman Mark had an issue. What happened with him? He went off. Kenneth Flenstedt up to P4 with that incident. We see Mishponov. He is negotiating a lapped car there, so is Flenstedt. Derek Bird just behind. So Flenstedt is now 1.5 seconds behind Pornov. That's will be hard to reach P3 on that, I think. You never know on this track, something could happen. But Chris Bourne still sits with the fastest lap. He's now about 1.3. Well, let's get to him and compare his lap time here. 1:54. Yeah, so certainly, I mean, Murray have slowed down a bit. Now he's a second ahead of Chris. And we can discuss this with the drivers. I'm going to interview the 1, 2, 3, so stay tuned for the interview that we're going to have right after the race. Laurent, yeah, I'm getting a lesson here from Peter David. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, actually, to try to pronounce this. Laurent. Laurent is the name. I'm going to practice, I promise. Oh, here's a little battle here. Laurent and Thomas. Okay, we had an incident. 137 could be worth looking at. So that's 137. That's Jeremy. Okay, we got. So the Randy Zimmer got a little snap. Gave Jeremy the opportunity to pass, and then Zimmer makes a touch there. Not ideal. Laurent, in meantime, Laurent was able to pass the Kavak there. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Renier. There's the update on that timing tower. So Chris Bourne have now reached Murray, and this is the last. This is the last lap that we're coming through. Let's get into the helicam. This got very close, too close for comfort here for Brian, but again, stay tuned for the interview. We can discuss what happened if Brian was simply just celebrating. Yeah, they're not even over the line yet, but there they are. Brian takes P1 in the first race of the sprint season here for the 10 races that we do for this season. And I'm going to jump into the podium audio channel. see. So yeah, well done, Mirshponov P3, and Homer, the new driver, P6. Laurent, not 100% sure where he ended up, P13, I believe. So yeah, good drive. Not sure why Laurent went in to change tires, but maybe in the post chat on Discord we get to understand that. All right, let's go to the interview and let's get the podium up. And let's see if we can get some guys to talk to. I'm gonna pull in Mirsch and Chris Bourne and Mary.
Yeah, good fun, good fun.
All right, so you are in the interview channel, guys. So let's start with Mirsch. How was it? Back on track for season 12?
Great race. Great race for me, this one. I started, I don't know, 6th. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Finishing 3rd. It is very good for me. Brian and Chris were class above me. Congratulations to them. They were very fast.
Yeah. So Chris, you had a good race. You had a good battle there with in the beginning with one of our newer drivers too. But you prevailed there, and then you were just sitting there in P2. But then you started to reach Brian. So how did you feel about that when you got closer there?
Yeah, I had a great battle with I think it's Roulet last night as well in practicing. So I knew he was very quick, and we were respectful last night. We had a little rubbed, I think, in the sweeper, but nothing untoward. I don't think from my side anyway. But yeah, Brian was just too far ahead too soon. Well, we were battling. He just got that gap away, and I think another 5 more minutes. We made the race 35 minutes.
Yeah, so Brian, you were slowing down there. Did you have trouble with the tires, or you were just kind of relaxing?
The tires, I'd started to go about 3-4 laps from the end. Yeah, I was struggling at the end.
Okay, so that was the explanation. And also, what we saw was Laurent, the newer driver there. He actually went into pit. I'm not sure. Maybe we get something on the chat later on, but I don't know why he went into pit. So
yeah, I wondered why it vanished into pits.
Yeah, it was kind of early too, so it wasn't really in the pit window. So yeah, and then he was kind of trying to recover, but
I had no damage on my car from my contact. So it was not. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think there was any big deal there. So yeah, I mean, great race. I mean, Paul Ricard is it has some nice features. I really like that track. So and next race or next week we're gonna do Circuit of the Americas. So what do you guys think about that? We haven't done that much at all.
I don't personally like it.
It's been a long time since I was on track there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while.
Yeah. So
and I was just fast in a straight line. I think he put about 2 more clicks. I think 2 more Ks at midnight. I think Brian. So I needed some DRS to get up to you.
285 was my top. Yeah.
And we saw quite a few Porsches also in the race. People have picked up the Porsche, which is nice.
Yeah, congrats, Merch, on the podium, mate. Well done.
Yeah,
thank you.
Well done, everyone. So yeah,
well done, Merch.
We'll see you next race, season 12.
Well done, guys.
Yeah, cheers, Chris.
Thank you, guys.
Brian. Great much.
Great race. Bye bye.
Okay, thank you everyone that's been watching, and appreciate you pressing the like button and all that. And next championship race is going to be on Friday, GT2 at Paul Ricard. But right now, congratulations to Murray, Bourne, and Pornoff. 1, 2, 3. GT3 Sprint Season 12. So see you next time. Bye-bye.